Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your August 2020 reading. Um, I feel like I start all my videos off the same, but yours is hands down, I want to say, my most intense and also my favorite reading I've done so far. This is a really, really big month for you. And you know what? I feel like all the signs have really big life changing energy coming their way this month. I know it's the 15th, we're halfway through this month, but just take it as a fluid timeline. But I want to say starting now until at least midway into September, it is pretty big. I got a lot of air sign energy. I got a lot of Leo, so I don't know if you have Leo in your chart. Um, you came up a few times in your own spread, or what I took to be your own energy. While I have you here face to face, I always like to do my little disclaimers at the beginning of all my videos because I know that people are really, I don't want to say fickle, but they're very, well, I don't want to say aggressive either, but they're very picky about what message they want to receive. So let's say, I've seen viewers like watch a video halfway and then get really mad about one thing that's said. If it doesn't resonate, please don't take it out on the reader, which is me. But again, I like doing these disclaimers because even if it's a small portion of your video, if you're that sensitive, I want to tell, like, at least give you a heads up that it's coming. Um, for my viewers, it seems to be third parties that are the triggers. So I will say that I do see third party energy here. If it resonates, feel free to keep watching. If it doesn't, just know that it's not the whole video, and I do address people who I kind of also know that are in a different situation. So I like to get to everyone. That being said, you and Cancer, I want to say, who I just did their video yesterday, you have a very karmic month. While I feel like the other sign had karma attached more to an outside person, and karma in terms of learning things internally, I feel like you have a karma crossroads. So I got so many clairaudient messages while doing your spread. It was almost really intense because there's just so much at once. The notes that I took for your reading are like 2 pages, and I just like to do that before filming. But for you, do unto others. Now, on a personal note, I am a Libra, so Justice is my tarot card, and Justice is your very first tarot card. So I don't know if you have Libra in your chart, but if you don't, it still applies because I feel like Saturn is on your back this month. I am not only a Libra, but I have very, very heavy Saturn placements. Saturn is like insane in my chart. I have so much Capricorn, it's ridiculous. And my transits with Saturn are insane. But the perk with that is when people mess with me, I tend to get a very good view of their karmic, I want to say retribution. It's not too nice to be happy about it, but I will say throughout the course of my life, being a really heavy aspected Saturn energy, it's intense. I've watched people almost immediately suffer once they've kind of tried to bully me or hurt me intentionally, and I want to say the key is intentional. The downside to that is karma is equally as hard on me, and I want to say other people that can relate. So there have been times where even I've had negative thoughts or fantasies or like plans, not anything sinister or crazy because I'm not that kind of person, but just where I've tried to take karma into my own hands, or when I'm just a little too gleeful at people. It's just, yeah, I've lost out on opportunities. I've, dealt with pain myself. So I'm feeling the same energy for you no matter what your chart is. I'm seeing that karma is a double edged sword. So don't wield it if you have bad intentions, or more importantly, it's not your place to wield that sword. It's not meant to be in your hands. And you got judgment in the reverse. So whatever it is you're stressing about, it's just not in your hands. And that's really what you need to remember this month, going into next month. And like I said, it's a karmic crossroads. It's not a regular choice. Like this is something that's going to be extremely hard, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you don't already. So, I tend not to get too specific on that because it's just so much, so many people watching this. It'll all be different, but yeah, I feel like a majority of you're going to have a huge decision to make. You're going to have a huge pathway to take where you can go this way and really get instant gratification and feel good temporarily, or you can go this way and struggle a bit. But in the end, you got the Ten of Pentacles, you got the Nine of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician. You have so much karmic, I want to say mystical, magical, whatever phrase you like. The energy here is strong. This is, I want to say, the strongest spread I've ever done, and it's so weird that it's for Taurus. Taurus is, fairly easygoing, but Earth is a very intense element. It's a very important element, and it's just as spiritual as a water sign or air sign is cerebral. But it's, again, all of us are spiritual, and I think you're gonna get your spiritual awakening this month. But it's going to be really, really visceral. Like you're gonna see things. I really got the sense that your third eye is either opening or is already open, and you're just learning how to wield that. I do even have the title for you in my head, and it is in relation to your third eye because I really want you to use discernment. Um, a lot of y'all are just not. I'm seeing. But yeah, I just want to get started already. Get all the cards here. Here we go. Yeah, because it's going to be a lot of information. Like I said, your theme is do unto others, even if they aren't doing unto you, and it's easier said than done. Because like I've said, when I was a lot less spiritually evolved, I had to learn that the hard way. I have lost out on a lot of opportunities, not even being malicious, but just even being tempted to be malicious. Saturn is no joke. So if you're into astrology, or if you know anyone that is professionally into astrology, I really check your transits right now because some of you could be dealing with Saturn transit or some type of astrological transit that is making things a bit harder for you. So you always need to be aware. I tend to look at my transits all the time. So if you're into that, I suggest it at least for this month because it might explain a lot of things. So yeah, you're definitely at a crossroads here. This is the Justice card with a High Priestess. This is Virgo and Libra energy here. Could even be Pisces too, because I tend to get Pisces with the High Priestess sometimes. But you, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm getting dry already. Uh, it's hard to explain because like I said, the path you take right now, the mindset you allow yourself to keep, it's really gonna change your life. So I would just Libras, we're tend to be known as fin straddlers and indecisive, but in reality, it's just we weigh out all options. We don't just go in blind, and yeah, it's annoying having to wait for us to make a decision, but in the long run, what the decision we come to or what we've decided it definitely sticks because we took all avenues to get there. And I see you needing to take that energy right now. Um, when I do my spreads, I really have a positive mindset. So when I shuffle and I pull cards, my intuition, it's automatically assuming that whoever is watching this, that you're also a positive person. Even if you struggle, because like I said, I struggle too. And even if you have to work on it, all of us have to work on it. I really I don't see negativity from my viewers. I always try to catch it when it's coming towards you, and if I do see that, I don't want to dwell on it. I just want to figure out how I can help you avoid it or how I can help you cope with it. And that is something I am seeing for you this month. I'm seeing that there's so much that can come toward you, but there's also there's a decisive moment where you can just cut it all out and not have to worry about it. So again, it's a lot easier said than done, but you're so powerful right now with these two cards. These are two really intuitive major arcana cards. It's and spiritual right off the bat. So you already know the right thing to do with this high priestess here. And for some reason, you're still struggling with this justice. You're still weighing an option that you really don't need to weigh. The most powerful person right now in your corner is you. The high priestess is someone that knows herself and really doesn't have to go toward an outside influence. So I think that could be a problem for you currently, that you're looking for outside help when it's really already within you. I almost want to say you're giving your power away. Justice can be legal, it can be government, it can be some type of institution. So I don't know if maybe you are waiting for some type of help from a higher power in terms of like on the physical plane, like a government aid or something like that. But yeah, I'm seeing like I said, it's out of your hands. So I would focus on what you can control, and that's what the high priestess is telling you. There are things that you can control. For me, the high priestess is also having to move in silence, not giving away all your cards or not showing all your cards. And there's a the saying, not casting your pearls before swine, which is really, it's not so nice, but I feel like that's the situation you're in too, and I'll definitely get into that more. You've got people around you that aren't at your level or that don't want to meet you at your level, and you're ascending. Again, with these two cards starting off the spread and all the cards following, you really are spiritually ascending, and you're ascending in a way that's just not this cute, like little social media type of spirituality. It's like the real thing. So that's gonna kind of separate you from a lot of people, and not to say you're gonna be better than them. It's just you're gonna be at a different level. You're gonna think differently, and that's gonna cause you to act differently. So I think you're kind of stalling in regards to that because you know what it means to ascend deep down. Um, Also, in terms of moving in silence, though, you and another sign, I definitely did get that eyes are watching you for some reason. And not even just like sinister type of energy. I feel like it's really more out of curiosity, but at the same time, it's almost like there's drama brewing here, and they're waiting for you to kind of not explode, but to be really emotional. And the high priestess calls for you to use your intuition and to act from your intuition, from your inner being, and not from the 3D. It's fine to feel things. It's fine to want that retribution with this justice card, but you really don't want to give people a show. Taurans, I feel like y'all are really dignified. It's really earthy energy, really sensual, but really also really graceful. Taurus is ruled by Venus, as is Libra, so I don't know if you also have air in your chart, but Venus is somebody that is just she's succulent. I don't know why that word came to me just now, but there's just so much to enjoy about life. Venus is about the finer things, and with that being said, I am feeling like this is love related because two uh, representations of Venus just immediately start out your spread. But I'm also feeling like there's a sprinkle of money attached, just a little sprinkle. Because you did get a lot of pentacle cards too, so many pentacle cards. But basically, with this high priestess, you have to move wisely, and you also have to move kind of smoothly this month. There's going to be people watching, and I think that the tide is going to turn in your favor when you are just really classy, really dignified, when you just don't let people get the better of you. And it's going. I got so many cards that kind of denote that you impress people by your actions and by your inner strength this month. I also heard don't put yourself in situations you don't need to be in. You have a really messy circle, Taurus. I'm sorry, I can't help it, but I really feel like you have a slightly messy entourage around you. So you really need to keep your intuition sharp with this high priestess. And I apologize for all this background noise, but I don't know why. I feel like I'm also talking to some party people here. And that's fine. That's fine. I am a party girl, or I used to be. I worked in that industry for my whole life, so I know what it's like to party, drink, etc. But when with your third eye opening, because this is also someone with their third eye opened. You can't really do that stuff all willy nilly. The more spiritual you become, the harder it is to really just to make bad decisions, and the more care you have to take with your body. So that's what I got for you too. And more importantly, if you do continue, because I feel like if you know your limits, then that's fine. But knowing your limits is different from also knowing who you can do that stuff with. So even if you're the most responsible person drunk, if you're drinking with the wrong people, there's still that danger. So this month, I really want you to really just be careful who you celebrate with, be careful who you drink with, be careful who you smoke with, all that stuff. It's just because I'm getting that you're not a sloppy drunk or a messy stoner or whatever. It could be someone in your circle is, and you can end up in a situation you don't want to be in. That being said, if your third eye is open, you need to keep it wide open and you need to use it, because not everyone that has their third eye open uses it, and not everyone uses it to the best of their abilities. So I feel like that one of those things applies to you. I third eye was such important. It kept being repeated to me, and so many threes here for you too. So your title is going to be some variation of that, but really be careful. Three people, three situations, three choices, 3 days, 3 years, 3 months. Three is big for you this month, so just keep that in mind. Also, this Libra energy, this Justice card, don't straddle the fence. I know I did a whole spiel about us Libras not really being fence straddlers or devil advocates, and we aren't. So when you see justice, that is telling you to actually make a decision, to take a stand. Your word is bond as well. Justice is honesty. Justice is courageousness. Um, you really don't want to agree to anything you really don't want to this month, and I'm for some reason I just got the vibe that like you don't agree to go on any social settings that you where you just don't know people. I saw a scenario where, all right, yeah, a close friend is asking you to go somewhere, but once you get there, there's a lot of people that you don't know, and that's where bad things can happen, or that's where mistakes can be made. So I just want you to be aware of the things you agree to this month for sure. Especially with this judgment in reverse immediately following with the Three of Pentacles. So again, a lot of threes. Um, I really feel like, because I mentioned things are just out of your hands here with this judgment in reverse, as well as the justice being right next to each other. It can be legal, it can be government, but this Three of Pentacles, you could be getting paid through government assistance. Um, but for me, it's just telling me, regardless, if it is in relation to money, you won't have a say on when, you won't have a say in how much or how you get it. But you will get some form of payment. Um, you will get some form of help. You will get some type of interaction with a higher power. You won't really have control. So if you do meet a superior in some way, whether it's a boss, a government person, a legal aid, etc., you'll know that you're subordinate, if that makes sense. It won't be like an equal footing initially. It'll definitely be somebody informing you of something, not an equal give and take, if that makes sense. Um, I get that a lot is just out of your hands, but at the same time, especially with this High Priestess, you still have a lot of power. You have a lot of inner power. So I think I think inner strength is needed the most when things are going crazy around you, and that's the vibe I get from you this month. It if you're someone that's not really flexible, if you don't like instability, if you don't like having to wait, because you did get temperance as well, um, you have to really still be flex. You have to try. Um, you're gonna feel like a fish out of water with all this chaos, but you can't let yourself get scattered. You can't let yourself get easily confused. That was a big thing too for you. You have to stay on your path. The Judgment card in reverse could also signify needing to mentally grow up a bit, to mature a bit. But I think you just need to stand up for yourself and make sound judgments, because maybe you're someone that gets easily talked into things because you don't want to make waves, or you just want things to be easy, you want things to be solid. If that is the case for you, I see you having to take a stand and having to take more control over your interactions, over the people you allow around you, over, the jobs you take, etc. um I here around here is where I started feeling a third party energy because of the Three of Pentacles with this Judgment card. So I feel like you're leaving a situation or third party situation, but you're practically forced to. It wasn't something where you took the high road, or you took a stand for yourself and just said, I'm done with this. It was just things got a little too obvious, again with the eyes being on you and some form of publicity, because you did get the Sun card here, you did get the Five of Wands here. I feel like, because again, you are probably someone graceful as a child of Venus, you are someone dignified. It just got to be too embarrassing for you to stick around any longer, but your energy is still attached, in some way, and I'll get to that. But for others of you, I do almost sense too that maybe one of your jobs is closing, or your only job is closing, because there's a forced ending here for sure with these two cards together. And it was something you're unprepared for. It's something that you don't necessarily want to deal with. But from it comes a new identity with this Three of Pentacles. From it comes a new opportunity, a new pathway. And I really feel like the discomfort and the prolonging it is from the knowing that you're going to change, or things are going to change, and the people around you are going to change. Again with the three, immediately after that is the Three of Cups. Now the Three of Cups is not always a third party, but I would be remiss to not bring it up with the Justice, the Three of Pentacles. Uh, I did get another female queen here come up. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands showed up. So there is third party energy here. And I'm also getting that you are putting your trust in the wrong people. So if this is a third party situation, it could be that, yeah, your friends possibly knew, or got, even worse, that this third person is a friend or was a friend. The Devil card was at the bottom of the deck when I pulled this one. So to me, that's an outside influence, and the energy really felt off. I know the Devil really isn't a sinister, scary, evil type of card, and it's really not. But it can show bad intentions, and it can show people being malicious. And with this Three of Cups, I do feel like people are taking a laugh at your expense. And it's not because you're someone laugh worthy, it's because you're actually the opposite. You are this high priestess, you are this justice, you are this dignified Venus goddess type of energy. And it's almost like they enjoy seeing your downfall a bit. That's why, again, I say just be careful who you have around you. I really, really want to emphasize to please watch Who You Drink and Party With this month, because although this Three of Cups is more, it's a warning of overindulgence, I really don't feel addictive traits here. Even with that Devil showing up, I really feel like it's the people in this energy. It's a personal thing. It's not an an outside source. It's not drugs. It's not liquor. It's the people that you do it with that are going to be a problem. There will probably be scenarios that are going to be presented to you, though, that where you will have to fight temptation. You may find it hard to get rid of yourself of this social circle, because you could be someone that just, I've known these people for a long time. I don't want to just give them up or assume that we can't work past this, but the cards right now are just telling me it's time to go. At the very least, these people, they seem to be on the wrong path here, and you have an option to choose differently, especially with this Eight of Pentacles coming out with it. And it might mean leaving them behind. So this Eight of Pentacles, it's study, it's work, but it's not just work for work's sake. It's a higher purpose. 8 is a really important number numerologically. So this isn't just studying or working or doing a 9 to 5 to put food on the table. This is something that you have to take the initiative to do, because it's not instant gratification with the devil card. It's it's a long winding road of sacrifice. It's a long road of hard work, and it's a process. So to answer this higher calling, I'm really seeing that you have to leave behind these people in order to devote your time to it, because I'm not feeling that all these people have the same ambition that you do, or the same potential that you do. And like I said, because I really felt that you have to keep things under wraps and move silently this month. You might get talked about when you're not picking up phone calls, or you're not accepting as many invitations, and people see your head in the books, and people see you and whatever work you do, or whatever calling you have, it's definitely going to be one that's public. So once they realize why you're really brushing them off, it might feel like, all right, she or he thinks he's better than us, or they're better than us, etc. So I am just telling you, prepared to be talked about, prepared to lose a few people, but it's not going to be anyone that you'll significantly miss once you've succeeded what you sought out to do. Again, you're ascending, so not everyone can come with you. Not because again you're better than them, but because you're just at a different level. You're at a different time. You're at a different part of your timeline than they are. Everyone ascends. Personally, that's what I believe, but they don't ascend at the same time. So you can't really fault yourself for being called to move forward, and you really can't keep yourself stagnant just to make other people happy. But you had the Three of Pentacles come up again, and so this is what, the third time in a row. Yeah, one, two, three. Um, eh, I really don't like this Knight of Pentacles for some reason when he showed up here. Someone is offering his cup basically to multiple parties. That's the vibe I'm getting. So this could be a past person, this could be a new person, but regardless, I'm seeing that you have more important things to worry about with this Ten of Pentacles here. Um, Especially since it came after this Eight of Pentacles, I really see you choosing to buckle down and start getting a head start on whatever it is that you feel your life path is. This is you moving toward it. This is you going down that road. And while the Eight of Pentacles is just you starting that process, you do start to see slight results. You do start to see, like, hey, this could be a long-term thing. This could really change my life. And once you see what's around you love-wise, I don't think you're gonna let it distract you. Um, it's gonna feel like a job, and you're gonna want to distract yourself. There's going to be that temptation to distract yourself, but at the end, you're just gonna know it's not worth it. Especially if this is just a knight passing out his cup to whoever's around. Again, this is your social circle for sure, and I feel like it's gonna be people that you know involved in this. I did get the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck when I pulled these cards for you. So I think you keep your long term goals. I think you keep your wish fulfillment always in the back of your head. So you'll know when you're meant to be with someone, as long as you're willing to do your own inner work, and as long as you're willing to wait for something stable here with this Ten of Pentacles. This is legacy type of energy. You're just not. I don't know. We're all at different ages, but I think you're getting out of the time period where you're just open to just only casual, where you're open to settling for people that want to be casual. Especially since immediately after that you got the Two of Cups. This is a spiritual union. And I feel like this Queen of Cups is definitely you with this Five of Wands. I read somewhere that when you meet your soulmate, it's not going to be this really lustful love at first sight type of energy. It's not going to be infatuation. It won't even be obsession. It's just going to be really calm. And that's what I get, especially with this Five of Wands here. The tarot deck I choose for spreads are the ones that I'm called to choose. So when I look at the pictures, they tend to have a message for you as well. And the fact that the Five of Wands is known to be this conflict card, you see all these people battling, you see them literally at odds. That's what the definition of this card is. But this one is just, they're all just sitting and talking. They're all just sitting and they're either working things out verbally, or they're just, I don't know, I feel like a calmness when I look at this one. You really wouldn't think that this was the Five of Wands. So when I see that with the Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups, I really feel like you're done resisting. You're done distracting yourself with partying and temporary people. And I really feel like you're done fighting this person, this inner knowledge, this intuitive. You you're not, you're also, I feel like you're really open to a spiritual union rather than just a temporary one. Long story short. And I feel like it comes when you stop allowing toxicity in your life, when you're done partying, when you're done being in third party situations. I also feel like work wise though, because I did get work energy from here, you might meet this person while you're on your new job, because Eight of Pentacles too kind of felt really significant. um it could be while you're working, whatever form of work you take, or it could just be while you're focusing so hard on that. Someone is just really impressed by you, and it causes them to look at you romantically. I got so many cards of a higher up superior, and not saying that people are superior to each other, but in terms of like of government or a boss or just someone in charge. I'm getting that energy here too. So it could be someone you work for or someone you work with, but they have a higher title than you. Um, or some of you just, you might impress your bosses, long story short. But with this Queen of Cups, this is once you put your heart into something and once you've allowed yourself to be vulnerable and allowed people to see an emotional side of you. Collaboration and partnership, especially with this Two of Cups in terms of work, that's going to be a thing for you too. And then moving forward, you get the Temperance card with the Eight of Cups. So this is more for those who resonated with that third party scenario. I'm getting that, it's, I always say this, I feel like I've said it 3-4 times in different videos, but it's one thing to physically remove yourself from someone, but you have to call back your energy too. So the Temperance to me is you starting to take, you see all the renderings of this card. She's pouring water back and forth. So this is you pouring that your energy back into yourself. And people feel that. That saying, of course, when you're doing great, then that's when your ex pops back up. In reality, it's just an energetic field that people are putting out there, because they're calling back their energy, they're calling back the time they've invested, and I think your past person is going to feel that once you do it, because this woman here is not you. This person walking off into the distance, that's you, and this is actually your person. So it's going to be a scenario of too little, too late, or you don't really realize what you have until it's gone. But I wouldn't even say that. I feel like it's more this person just really took a gamble and thought that they can juggle all these people, and they weren't prepared to lose you. And again, that's just, even if it's not a third party scenario, it could be someone that just didn't invest the time that you did, and either way, you walked away. Temperance to me as well, it's emotional closure. It's forgiveness, but it's not waiting for that apology from someone else. It's just apologizing to yourself and knowing that you were also not to blame. And again, you're a child of Venus. You can't settle for just anyone. And I think with that realization, it comes the knowledge that you have to be patient, because temperance is about patience. It's about not rushing things, and it's about doing what needs to be done first and then opening up your heart. So I really feel like it's not even just, all right, how did I let myself get hurt like this? It's, all right, well, I did let myself get hurt, and I'm human. I have to move forward, and I don't want it to happen again. And in order for that to happen, you can't rush your next person. You really don't want to head into a new relationship with baggage and pain. So this temperance, I feel like, is you cleaning house and removing that other person's toxic energy, and also removing this third party's energy if it resonates, or just people that didn't wish the best for you. third party situations are really bad to me because you're allowing outside influences in your relationship. And it's not even just sexually, it's you're mingling energy spiritually too. You're bringing outside energies to a relationship that had no business being there. So that's why temperance to me is so important. Healing is so important because you have a lot to clear away when you're in a third party scenario, and that's what I see you doing here. And from that, you get the Four of Cups and the Sun card. So I kind of see this a little differently. The Four of Cups people tend to see it as you're bored or you're not valuing what's in front of you. But I kind of feel like, especially with the Judgment in reverse, the Justice starting to spread, the Four of Cups is just you living and letting live. You're done trying to force things. Um, Around here, though, I'm kind of getting that some of you like to be chased, especially with this Leo energy. Leos are known to be fairly theatrical, but also very uh, I don't want to say dramatic, but Leos they like to be adored, they like to be worshipped. And I did see the Queen of Wands, as I mentioned earlier. That's Leo energy as well. So you're really just allowing things to progress as they should, not as you want them to. There's no pressure, there's no rushing, there's also no doubting. It's just you're being at one with the world, and you're really centering yourself. And you see him just sitting there relaxing out in nature. And you are an earth sign, but you are almost the earth sign. So Taurus is known to really be Mother Earth. You're becoming a magnet for abundance, especially after this temperance card here. You, I want to say that you're realizing that there's a different way to have pleasure and to lead a fun existence with the Sun card. Um, you're out of this phase and you're into just you're not having fun for fun's sake. You're really looking at what makes you happy. Drinking very rarely makes people happy. It just deludes you into thinking you're happy. And I see you getting out of that headspace. I almost want to say you're waiting for someone who won't try to juggle you. I've actually tried to stop using the phrase waiting for someone to see your worth. Because if someone is with you, especially, you know, even if for a short period of time, they already know who you are. They already, even if they've approached you, they already see your worth. They see you as someone that they want to be with. A lot of the times, it's the other party needing to realize their worth. Third parties start when, you know, someone with low self-esteem backs someone that is a Nine of Pentacles, that is an Empress, that is a High Priestess, and they just don't know what to do with that person. But they're also in shock that they're able to get that person. So now it's like instead of fostering a relationship and growing, they want to see what else they can get. They want to see, like, hey, if I got one amazing person, I probably can get another one. Um, and I don't know why I feel the need to say this to you. We're already at 40 minutes, but normally this type of person, their energy is so strong that other people want to sample that energy. So while you think a third party is about you not being enough, it could be people latching onto your energy. It's not even about your partner being so desirable. It's really about you being desirable and people wanting to sample that. And that's whether they admit it or not. But here, it's having said all that, the Nine of Pentacles and the Emperor, I feel like this could be your person, your new person, but I really feel like this Nine of Pentacles is you just focusing on yourself and what your path is. You're being adored, you're being worshipped. I did see the Six of Wands come up a few times, but I really see this Nine of Pentacles as you have your pick of who you want moving forward. And that's why you're in this Four of Cups too. That's why you're in this Two of Cups and this Queen of Cups, because you know something really good is coming to you. I don't really see you with anyone toward the end of the month, but I see you considering it. Um, but I really feel like you're in your divine feminine and masculine. And I believe in energies, so biologically take that as it resonates with you. But you're combining your divine feminine with this Nine of Pentacles, and you're also combining your divine masculine with this Emperor energy. And the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune was at the bottom of both of my decks to clarify and the initial spread. So yeah, you've got ridiculous options. I saw a Seven of Cups just now too. You really just valuing yourself. I spoke so much during this video, but it was a lot of information, and I hope it resonated, and I hope people actually stuck around and watched the whole thing, because I really feel like this month is going to be insane for you. It's going to be painful though too at some point. And you got Gardenia, Uplift, and then you got Book Knowledge at the bottom of the deck. And this one stuck out to me more actually. And I feel like this is more in line with the High Priestess and the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you may be in the occult, or some of you may be interested in occult knowledge. You're gonna have to study. You're gonna have to really hone your skills. The High Priestess and Justice. Look at your transits, people. I really feel like a lot of the answers you seek as to who you are in your transits. And also your chart, but transits for me are just really a big thing right now. Gardenia, Uplift. This kind of also goes back into karma too. Do unto others. Some of you may be healers. That could be your calling here with this Eight of Pentacles, this Ten of Pentacles, this Temperance. Temperance is a really healing energy. So if you can uplift someone, if you can help someone, even if you're hurting yourself, now is a great time to do it because your karma is racking up. So don't worry about other and I feel like I've said this to you before. I think my very first Taurus video is my most liked video on my channel because the message there was so important. Time popped up, so that goes in theme with the Wheel of Fortune. Just really don't rush anything this month. Really value yourself, because people, I just get the sense that they are seeing that you're valuable in a way that you might not see it yet, or at a level that you aren't seeing it yet. I don't feel like self-esteem is a problem for you. I just feel like you're underestimating your potential this month. And you're also trying to hold yourself back to make other people happy. And this third party, I'm not getting that it's hurting you. I'm getting that you're allowing it to happen because you're not ready to move forward to better yet. Changing your life is a really hard thing, and I see you stalling. And time showed up again. Time, wait, cycles, infinity, Wheel of Fortune. And then chemistry, spark, passion, desire. This kind of goes back to finding something you're really passionate about. I don't feel like this is a person. I feel like this is more your calling. Really, really find out different avenues of being happy, because it's not in the people you're with right now. It's not in the things you choose to do. It's really in yourself. It's really in your intuition and your I really just want to keep saying your calling, your life path. Well, maybe look up your life path number as well. That may help hold some answers to you. But I really hope that I did not talk too much in this video. I do have a Patreon page, so I do extendeds if you want to hear me talk even more. All my socials are in my description box, and I'm going to do a love reading for other signs in a few days, and I'm going to do a mid-month video probably next week for you. So if you want an update on all this, I am curious to see where you're going from here, because like I said, this is one of my favorite spreads I've seen so far in doing these YouTube videos. But yeah, stay tuned on my channel and stay happy, stay safe. Bye.